How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the definitive unit guide for the Agl Pikkon. You guys seem to really enjoy this series with the SDR Gohan and Agl Cell, so we decided to continue this process moving forward for all of our showcase. And honestly, I kind of enjoy it myself too. So strap on in, because we are gonna take a look at Pikkon through the following lenses, right? First, we're gonna give you a big unit overview, right? We're gonna talk about the unit's kit, everything he's doing, and kind of how he's supposed to function. Then we'll talk about his best teams, his best link partners, a little bit about the recommended hidden potential. I won't go fully into detail on that, and then of course we will hop in to the showcase. So let's kick things off by starting with the unit overview, right? This guy is, one of the few TURs I pulled on release back when I was starting Dokkan, right? And was really excited to get him. I was a bit ashamed that I didn't get Janemba with him, but at least I got him, and I get to play around with him before the 6th anniversary. It was really, really fun back then. So I am excited to see how he's evolved now since that time. We got him Max Links Rainbow status, and let's take a look here. So now that he's EZ8, he's got attack and defense 200%, he's got a high chance of evading enemies' attack, and he gives superclass allies Ki 2 and attack and defense 30%. For 7 turns, he has defense 200% and guards all attacks. He has 3 or more... With 3 or more type key spheres obtained, he gives other world warriors or connected hope category allies attack and defense 30%. And launches an additional super tech that has a 70% chance to become a super tech. With 1 or more rainbow key sphere obtained, he gets Ki 4 and chance of evading enemies' attack 20%. So on top of that 50, that makes it 70%. And seals the attacked enemy super attack for 2 turns. When attacking with 12 or more Ki, he gets an additional attack and defense 200%. Now, he does have a unit super where he will greatly raise his attack for the turn, causing immense damage, and gives him effective against all types, while greatly lowering the enemy's attack. On his regular super, just greatly raising, no effective against all types, and greatly lowering enemies' attack. So really, really nice there. So next thing we're going to do is hop on in and take a look at some of his best setups, right? What are the teams you can run this guy on? So we did kind of go over this a little bit in detail in our team in our team building guide for him. And if you guys can kind of just take a look here at our list of teams, it's pretty much the only way to run him currently, unless you want to run him on a 170. But even then, this is pretty much what he's got to work with. He can be run on a Movie Heroes team under the Fizz Gogeta. That can kind of still work in today's meta. I wouldn't recommend it, but it can work given the amount of support and the 10th anniversary characters that he has at his disposal, along with Pikkon's turn 4 Ghost Usher ability, which we're going to talk about a little more in detail here in a sec. And then, of course, another way to run it is, of course, the STR Cell. That is his only 220% team currently, and it's probably the best place to run him. And the main reason due to that is just his severe lack of categories. Connected Hope, Movie Heroes, Worthy Rivals, Other World Warriors, Battle of Wits, Saviors, Story Figures, Tournament Participants. None of these leads have a recent 170 lead that would be worth running. So that what you see is pretty much what we've got, unfortunately. I think Hirudegarn was the last storied figures character we got. So, I mean, that just to give you an idea how little these characters get updated. AGL Super Saiyan 3 could probably be run if you're running a more... you could probably run him under AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku's lead. If you're running a more Otherworld Warriors type setup, that could work. His team is pretty good for battle-hardened formidable foes, although you are dropping down the 200%, which can slow things down a lot, but it's still workable due to the things that the team has at its disposal. He still has the Gogetas at his disposal, he has Vegito at his disposal, and now Pikkon. So it's a workable team for sure, but I do think right now, currently, his best 220% team is the STR cell. It's pretty much the best way to run them. So with that, let's talk about Link partners. That's obviously the big thing for him, right? Who do you even run him next to? That's the big question. So if we want to flip on over here to the Dokkan info, unfortunately Dokkan FYI is down currently, and that's typically what I use to show off Link partners, but Dokkan info can give us a pretty good idea of the top 25, and you can kind of guesstimate from there who he's going to link well with. So please scroll on down here, right? We have the top 25 Link partners for him, and it's not a bad list, right? EZA Nail, unfortunately they don't, they share a Connected Hope team, I believe, right? Yeah, just Connected Hope, but we don't have any current leaders for that. Part of the reason I felt like Gogeta should have led Connected Hope. Otherwise, he links with the Heroes Super Pikkon, he links with Fizz Piccolo, right? You can see like just a lot of his link partners are not that good. What's interesting is he links well with hits, and could possibly come in handy if Part 2 LR ends up being hit a hit character from, because after all, we do know it's going to be tournament participants. So interesting to note there, but I mean, otherwise it's not like any of these are going to be currently useful to him. In fact, his best, most useful partners are probably going to be these two guys right here. Only sharing 3 links, the Tech Gogeta and the Super Kaioken Goku, who just got his sub EZA, are probably going to be the best partners to that he can use to that he can use to work with. Unfortunately, ideally we will probably get more in the future, and with the 3 links that they share, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Experienced Fighters, right? Like he's gonna have he's still gonna have these links like up, like with you, if you want to link him with someone like AGL UI, for example, to slot 1 it for him, like that could totally work and end up pretty well for him. But the thing is, really, he's floating support, so links aren't really a big deal. His function is to dodge, steal for 2 turns, and then pop that Ghost Usher on turn 4. So that's pretty much all we need to know about link partners, which brings us to our next topic, best hidden potential. So why don't we go ahead, transition back over to the game, right? So best hidden potential for this guy right here is... the best hidden potential for him is probably what I've come up with here. I think there's sort of 2 ways, and I'm not going to go in depth here about why specifically I chose this. That'll be for the hidden potential video that'll be released later after the showcases. But additionals is probably the way to go for him. He's got 70% built-in dodge, so additionals and sub dodge. You could go full dodge and sub additionals. I think that works too, but I think taking advantage of his unit super and then the follow-up attack is probably going to be the best thing for him, because as much as I want to promote this guy as a defensive unit, a lot of these bosses, you need that little bit of offense. So getting that additional super will be very, very helpful to facilitate that on the teams that he's on. And then the sub dodge just to kind of fill in the extra dodge that he doesn't have. So recommended potential is full additionals, and with skill orbs, if you have additionals and dodge skill orbs, that would be the way to go for his skill orbs. Unfortunately, I don't have any at the current moment, but should I get them, I will place them on him. But so full additionals, sub dodge, that's the way to go for AGL Pikkon's hidden potential. So that leaves one last thing to talk about. Where are the best stages to utilize him before we hop into the showcase? So if we want to take a look once more at the Dokkan info, right, the best places to utilize this guy is going to be the red zones, right? Red zones and battle hardened formidable foes. In fact, I think battle hardened formidable foes is probably going to be his best case scenario, as he can simply float until turn 4 and pop you off another Ghost Usher to help facilitate cleaning out the level by that point. You've seen some of almost all of the teams that I build for Battle-Hardened Formidable Foes work around playing enemies against active skills that completely shut them down. Pikkon is just another unit to add into that strategy, right? We're talking units like Int, Boo, units like now STR Cell, whose revive basically gets you a free turn, which would help stall till Pikkon can do his Ghost Ushers, along with units like Vegito, who can taunt, and Gogeta, who can toss out the Veku for, once again, another Ghost Usher ability. So this is probably the best place to use him, but I mean, as long as you can, keep him floated off, right? His turn 7 requirement for defense is not going to be a big deal, because by the time you get to the fights in the red zones, right? Like if we think like the Universal Survival, right? They cancel dodge by the end. You'll have his Ghost Usher that you can just pop and not have to worry about his dodge. For Goku, probably arguably his worst stage because his dodge is canceled, but he can tank early on defensively, which means you should be able to survive till turn 4 with him as long as you get your orb. So honestly, he can pretty much be used anywhere except Festival of Battles. So with that in mind, let's go ahead. Let's hop on back to game here, and let's talk about the showcase. We're going to do a quick showcase on this unit in the Vegeta's red zone. So let's go ahead and let's hop in here. All right, so we have him on Cell's team here. The idea is to link him with AGL UI. We'll keep the Kaioken Goku floating, and then we'll have our AGL Cell and STR Cell rotation. So since he's already here, I think our best option is just float the AGL Cell. So let's go ahead, let's hop in here. All right, so since he doesn't really build, right, I mean, pretty much what you see here is what you're going to get from turn 1 all the way till the end. Not much is going to change about him. So he does have guard, and we're going to get the rainbow orbs here. So we're going to get his full passive active right here, which means we got 70% chance to dodge, and we've got guard. Will we be able to tank the super here? Honestly, I'm not sure if he supers, but hopefully we dodge. We should be fine guarding the normals, but we'll have to see how this plays out here. We do proc the dodge, right? But 380k defense, I mean, as a dodging support character, that's ideal. So you'll notice we don't have any crit in him, and that is because of the effective against all types that he gets on the unit super. He's not an offensive unit, so you're not really going to be using him for his offense, right? You're going to be using him for the support that he's bringing to your team. And look at that, we do tank Goku Black's normals there, which are well, it is 600k. Okay, so that's not that crazy. But he is getting built up, right? I think it's... How many attacks does it take to get build him up? Oh, he builds up on 10. It's the next phase that builds up with the attacks. That's right. Okay. All right, so not bad. Okay, Cell kind of dropped the ball there a little bit on us, though. But he does dodge the super, at least. That's nice. All right, so now we get our domain up, which is going to help facilitate things a lot. So that's good. Alright, so we're going to do this. Actually, I think we should just keep both cells on, right? That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, let's grab that. Let's grab that. And then, so the Kaioken Goku, I think, what does he get for... I gotta finish. Alright, what does he get for STR Fizz, AGL Attack? Alright, yeah, okay, I mean, obviously STR Fizz would be better, but in this case we got these ones, so we're just gonna take that. Oof. That's tough. Okay, so hopefully, I mean, I kind of hope he supers one of the cells, but with him supering in slot 3, I don't know if that's gonna happen. A little bit worried here. But I mean, technically all we have to do is just survive the turn. That's really all that matters. There we go. Although I'm pretty sure if he Super Cell, even post-Super, we probably die. My only concern is the Kaioken Goku. I'm honestly not sure with the amount of orbs we got. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured we weren't going to do anything there. My only concern is Kaioken Goku. We did get quite a few orbs. I feel like we could tank the normals here. I'm honestly not sure. He's only here to activate Paikon's Unit Super, so at least we can have one turn where we activate the Unit Super. There we go. Alright, so question is, who's he gonna super? Kind of starting to look like Kaioken Goku. Making me nervous here. Okay, I'll take it. That works. Alrighty, so... Alright, so we actually have 3 links active with Agl UI. It is his first appearance, so he has guaranteed dodge right now. So I think... What do? We just take this, right? Alright, and then we take this, we get the rainbow orbs. And I think we save Jiren's standby, right? That's what we should do. Yeah, so... Again, there's not going to be anything too crazy on Pikkon here. I don't know... Well, AGL UI is on the 220% lead. So it's possible a triple super could kill here. But I mean, it's not like he's crazy on the links right now either. And he's only gotten a couple dodges, so... Maybe not. There we go. And there goes the super. So lucky it's on AGL UI on the guaranteed dodge turn. That's helpful. Perfect. Okay, so 16 million. Nothing crazy. Like, again, I mean, trying to set him up for a big attack, like, I think, I've seen him as high as, like, 50 million, which is kind of cool. But, I mean, it's really hard to set up, and it's not really viable to make that setup happen. This is probably where you're going to be running him the most, is STR Cell's team. We could try and do some silly stuff on, like, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team, which would give him access to... Or Glorio's team. He's also on Glorio's Accelerated Battle team. And where we could pull some Gogeta stunts, but... Again, I figured for the purposes of the showcase, we do the 220% showcase. So, I'm actually going to pop him here... Yeah? Let's do that. Just because we can't risk not, Okay, cool. We didn't die. Alright, yeah, I was gonna say, we can't risk not getting the supers with AGL Cell. We kinda need his supers. There we go. Alright, so now we actually got a good setup here. Now, we kind of just need Goku... What is Goku Black's normals here? Normals are 900k. Okay, so he probably... So after he gets the 60% boost, he could probably kill the STR Cell in the front. I'm not sure if he'll kill the one that we have linked up right here, especially because he hasn't been boosted yet. But I think once he gets boosted, he could. I mean, if it doesn't, yeah. This is risky. This is risky. Big risk. Alright, moment of truth. Alright, so we got one more super, and that should be the 8. Okay, so now, well, I think it'll show, right? Yep, there it is. Yep. Okay, so, yeah, so now he's buffed up. So hopefully the normal here kills this cell. Yeah, I kind of hate the fact that he always super slot 1, because that really messed us up here. Him always supering slot 1 really messed us up. And it wasn't enough to kill. Oh my goodness. This is not good. This could really mess us up if this doesn't play right. Okay, so, alright, still with the 3. Okay, is there a way I can do this so... See, I hate the way orbs do that. Alright, so we're gonna have to do that, unfortunately. Is this gonna be enough? I don't know if this is enough to kill, though, and that's what worries me. Alright, if we proc the revive, we proc the revive, and oh well. Alright, well, we got the dodge. Okay, we got 1 dodge, right? So our dodge is up. Okay, cool. Alright, not bad. Again, not the greatest, but he does need a slot 1, and there's, like, no one to link him with that's good slot 1. There we go. Excellent, we got another super. Okay, 18 million, not bad. Again, this is just kind of what he is. Alright, but we actually do get the unit super this time, which is cool. We got an additional super. Nope. Nope. Alright, so we got 2 normals. So those 2 normals could have saved us. And I'm pretty sure Kaioken Goku is going to explode right here. Well, I don't know. We got a double super. We did get the STR spheres, but he doesn't give guard right now because we got STR instead. So, wow. Okay. Huh. 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 Wow. That was the survive KO attack, by the way, right? The Kaioken Goku has that survive KO. Huh. Right? He does have that, right? Yes, he does have. So that was the survive KO. Cool. That was okay. Well, we'll take it. That was actually kind of neat. Okay. So, I think the goal here is to... We just proc this, I guess? Let the revive proc? Or do we save it for next turn? I feel like we should just let the... Well, I don't want to spend more time here, though. That's the thing. What if we stand by Jiren now? Yeah, let's stand by Jiren. And let's let the revive proc. I feel like that's the correct answer. So that way we have it when we're coming into the next phase. There it is. Yeah. Okay, so we'll let him kill. There it goes. And death. Perfect. Alright, and the second domain procs too. Perfect. Alright, and let's go ahead and let's pop that. Let's pop that so he gets his extra defense. Alright, so we'll grab that. Alright, and this way we'll get the rainbow orbs in this. So this is his last turn of the extra defense. Not that it's helping. Again, the thing with Pikkon is and we don't have the unit super this turn. The thing with Pikkon is he is a defensive support, well, dodge support unit. He's a pretty good one. He does the same thing he did before, just now dialed up for post 10th anniversary. And so far, seeming like he's doing pretty well here, right? His function is to dodge, and when he doesn't dodge, he can pretty much survive what he needs to survive. Again, we could totally like try to cheese it and get him up like these huge numbers, but I don't really think that's all that helpful. So, you know, we'll just kind of play with what we've got here. All right, so let's do this number. There are a lot more other orbs than I wanted. What about, okay, so actually, you know what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of the keep the showcase running. Oh no, but that's, I thought I brought a Ghost Usher. Dang. Okay, well, let's see here. We do that, right? That didn't quite work out the way I thought it would, but okay, that might. Okay, so let's do that. Hopefully that gets us through the turn. AGL cell, not dodging. There we go. Alright, STR cells should tank. Alright, how about this guy? Woo! Well, that wasn't the survive KO attack, was it? I don't think so. No, that wasn't the survive KO attack. Nice. Okay, we get an additional super. So what were those AoEs anyways? Those were boom. The first one is 1.6. The second one is 800k. We gonna dodge this? No. All right. Well, we do have guard, and it is post super, so we're good. And that was a 4.8 million super actually. Oh wow, that's actually a lot stronger than I remember. Wow. Okay. All right. So actually, we're gonna be good the rest of this because Kaioken Goku should live the AoE, and even if it doesn't, that should be the survive KO. Well, actually, no. Is it once only or once per turn? I should double check that. Alright, but we actually got Cell doing numbers here, which is nice. There we go. Alright, so he tanks. Kaioken Goku dodges. I did give him a little bit of dodge. Okay, not bad. We'll take it. Actually, I mean, honestly, he's pretty good, this guy. He's actually pretty good. I mean, he could take some numbers, obviously from AoEs, but post-super seems like he does alright. And these quad supers I'm loving, for sure. These quad supers I'm loving. There we go. There's that survive KO mechanic. Alright, right there. Okay. Alright, and so this is my favorite part about Pikkon, is this little number that we can do right here. So let's go ahead. Win or lose, this will be the end of the showcase, because, I mean, again, we've pretty much seen everything we need to see from Pikkon here in terms of attack and defense. He's not going to get much better. He doesn't have any crazy build, right? What you see here is what you're going to get, unless you try to, like, super juice him up with, like, Gogeta or something, which, again, we're not doing with this because I wanted to show him on the only 220% he has. So let's go ahead and let's... Did I turn it off? I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, we did. Okay, so let's pop that active skill.
You won't get past me. I'll show you the skills of a master.
Nice. Okay. And then now we may as well bring out Jiren, because there's not going to be another turn.
Might makes right, and might alone. Without strength, we have nothing.
Excellent. All right, so same as before. We're just going to keep rolling here. So let's grab that, and then with Pikkon, we'll grab the tech. Perfect, and then with Jiren, we'll grab that. Alright, so not a whole lot on AGL UI, so again, this not the best. I mean, there really are no good link setups for him. Really, where he's going to function the best is just throw him on a team with some big hitters and let him float support, and it'll give you a... and then he'll give you just a Ghost Usher past turn 4. That's pretty much his function. I'm curious to see how the Part 2 LR will play into his viability, though, right? Like, if it's like a tag Goku or something with Pikkon, that could really work in his benefit. Give him a greater link partner that will allow him to function better than he currently does right now. Alright, so this is the tricky part here. Well, actually, no, that's right, we have this. So let's go ahead and let's pop the Rage Mode.
Losing! I'm actually losing! No!
Alright, let's grab that. Perfect. It's a shame these rage modes never do as much damage. They have so much potential. I feel like Janemba was the only one that they really fixed rage mode for to allow rage mode to do. And even if it's for the one attack, right? I feel like Janemba's the only one they really fixed rage mode for, because it allowed, you know, it allows you to actually hit big numbers with them, whereas and it's because of the way Janemba, right, he gets the orb changing, and the orbs are what give him the power in rage mode. I feel like all rage modes need to be like that, because I don't think Cell's it. I should actually, I'm pretty sure it's not, but I'll double check. Like, I know Grade 8 Vegeta's, they didn't change that for him, but I don't think they did for Cell either, which it's a shame, because, you know, it just makes it another get out of jail free card, basically, which is not a bad thing, but obviously you would like it to deal damage. So there we go. And let's see if this actually works, because I know Giant Form cancels AoEs, but does Rage Mode? It does not. Okay, so we could be screwed here. Let me see here. For his Rage. I just want to double check that. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So, you know what? Just to finish the showcase here, we're going to go ahead and Whis it up. And we're going to get this, done. So, let's grab that. Let's grab that. And we'll grab that. Perfect. So, and it's only because that AoE, I'm pretty sure it's going to whack the crap out of the third slot Cell. Yeah, with the Whis up, fine, obviously, but being our unrevived Cell, I'm pretty sure the AoE would, at least at the HP that we're at, is gonna not. It would kill us. If we were higher HP, I probably would have risked it, but since we're not, let's just end it here. Right, this is the showcase. Who cares about no item runs right now, right? But this just highlights the problem with Cell, right? Two of them can be a problem, especially on an AoE phase. Alright, and wow, that did not... we probably should have put AGL Cell in front, but I wanted to keep the links up for everybody. Really, Cell? Really? That's what you decided to do? We needed a triple super out of you this turn, and that's what he decided to do. Okay. Ooh, Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so we didn't kill this turn like I was hoping we would with the... Ooh. Maybe we should have put the Dokkan attack on, and that, of course, our dead... our unrevived cell is the one who's eating the super here. Right, it's post-super with a Whis. We should be fine. Alright. And there goes the AoE at the end, too. Okay, I need to check something real quick with Pikkon. Right, so... Yeah, I mean, we're not missing anything on his passive. So again, what you see is what you get. There we go. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And 8 here. Okay, this hopefully does the trick. Again, we're praying on that dodge, that 70% chance to dodge from Pikkon. Alright. And we die. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Okay. And that was with a Whis up, too, mind you. Alright, so... well, we can go ahead and call it there. We saw what we needed to see from Pikkon, really. Again, his function is floating support. There's not really any other way to showcase him other than to kind of... And I don't like doing that for floating support. I didn't like doing it for Path Q either, but he can kind of get away with it because he has a really good slot 1 partner. But, you know, for characters like Pikkon here, it just kind of is what it is. If we had floated him off, we'd have saw him, like, you know, 3 times in this showcase. Probably would have been better off for the team run overall. But, yeah, so that's pretty much what you see is what you get. He doesn't build up at all. He gets his best attacks with the unit supers with Goku and Angel Goku or Angel Vegeta. So he works really well on the with the 10th anniversary LRs around, but I mean, he's still going to work well enough on Cell's team. In fact, he's probably a much needed asset to Cell's team with that Ghost Usher ability. So guys, that is it for the video, right? In this video, we did do a big unit overview. This is our definitive showcase. We covered the best teams, link partners, hidden potentials, and best place to utilize these units. So if you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what do you think of Agl Pikkon's EZA? I think they knocked it out of the park in terms of what he is as a floating support EZA. He's definitely designed for shorter events. So the longer event takes on, the more struggle you're going to have with him. But of course, right, if you're running something other than Cell's team, which is kind of slow right now, he is going to perform that 7 turn limit's not going to be too big of an issue for you because you can float him off. You know, in a normal circumstances, I definitely would have had him off rotation by now, but we had to keep him on for the showcase. In retrospect, we probably should have just put Agl UI in front, but I was hoping we wouldn't have missed that 70%. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.